Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today's video will be one that y'all voted for, that being easy ways to kill Goji Center's Indominus Rex 2.0. In this video, I will only be going over weapons that can consistently kill it. This will primarily consist of one-shots to just potentially put it down in a single hit. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Before I get into this, I want to go ahead and say that the DNA combinations I will go over in this video on their own can't kill, or at least most of them on their own can't kill an Indom 2.0. Most of these are better to add on to other hybrids, as additions for weapons on top of a hybrid you're making or have already made, to kind of buff up their offensive capabilities, rather than a hybrid that kind of is good on its own without any extra stuff, as a lot of these are like that, where they're good as an addition but not on their own. It's just something I want to point out before I get into this. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into how to kill this big ugly idiot. So the first, and one that I think no one will be surprised about being here, is horns. Simply punching a hole in a predator is something that has worked out pretty well for a lot of herbivores. It's something that happens a lot in the modern day with things like cattle and bison and all kinds of stuff like those animals that have horns, just kind of stabbing predators. And it also happened back in the day in prehistoric times. Take Triceratops versus T-Rex as a great example. A Trico just punches a hole in the T-Rex and the T-Rex dies. And obviously, this being a theropod, the Indom 2.0 being a theropod, you can kill it in pretty much the same way Trike killed T-Rex. That being, just give your hybrid a big shield on its face, aka a frill, and then just give it big horns, and you kind of just can kill it. Another way you can kill the Indom 2.0 is to just give your hybrid really big tusks, which basically can kill it for the same reason. These are pretty much the same in how they function. I personally think horns are better, as you can play a lot more defensively with them, though obviously if you want to do it the tusks route, that also can work as a way to just punch a hole in it. Obviously, the best options for doing this is Paleoloxodon for tusks and Triceratops for horns. If you want to one-shot an Indom 2.0 in this way, and then just give yourself armor, and you've pretty much got the fight down, and you have a good way to just kill it normally, or just punch a hole in it and kill it instantly. So yeah, either of these are pretty good and very basic ways that you should probably expect from a video like this. Another way you can kill the Indom 2.0 is with tails, something that Goji Center has actually gone over in their hybrid war videos, where they're going over the final 16 or round of 16, whatever you want to call it, being tails being a really big thing that the Indom 2.0 has been struggling to get around. And there are three main ways you can kill it with the tail. Simply beating it to death, crushing its skull, and impaling it. Impaling it being from stegosaurids. Obviously, you take Stegosaurus or Kentrosaurus, anything with big spikes on the end of its tail. You add something to make those spikes bigger. You add some kind of sauropod, probably like Supersaurus or something, to boost up the power of the tail, and boom, there you go. You can one-shot the Indom 2.0 before it can get close to you. Well done. You punch a hole in its head. For whacking its or just crushing its face. Ankylosaurus, pretty much any ankylosaurid with a big club on its tail can do this. I'll use Ankylosaurus for this. You take Ankylosaurus or whatever ankylosaurid you've chosen. You add something to make it bigger. You add something like Suprasaurus, likely, because, obviously bigger, and you can make the tail longer. You add, like, Shunosaurus for obvious reasons, and there you go, pretty much. You just whack it with your tail, and then boom, you killed the Indom 2.0. This is very, basic, and I hate to, make this, so basic, but it's kind of hard to make this complicated, as this is something that is really easy to do, honestly, in my opinion. And finally, the other way you can do this with your tail is by making a sauropod with the big tail. Any megasauropod and Shunosaurus would instantly kill an Indom 2.0 with the tail. You add, if you want to just go pure sauropods, you can go Brachiosaurus and Amphicoleus, and then boom, that would just shatter the Indom 2.0's entire existence by whipping it. So yeah, tails are a pretty simple way of killing the Indom 2.0. Another way you can kill Indom 2.0 really easily is with jaws. This is one that I feel like everyone is going to be expecting when in this type of video. Take anything with a strong bite. You can go Deinosuchus, you can go Mosasaurus hoffmanni, which is probably the best option. You can go T-Rex, basically anything with a really strong bite. You throw alligator snapping turtle in there, you throw in short-tailed shrew, and your bite is going to crush the Indom 2.0's bones, and you would basically be capable of just ripping its head off. The bite force of a Deinosuchus or T-Rex or Mosasaurus hoffmanni would be at the speed of an alligator snapping turtle bite, with that massive point and metal teeth, and its strength getting supercharged by the super adrenaline, and short-tailed shrews basically just making your hybrid go Super Saiyan. You're pretty much just going to be able to crush the Indom 2.0's skull instantly with one bite, and if your hybrid somehow manages to not do that, you'd be capable of ripping the Indom 2.0's head off, immediately after, or just with a follow-up bite, and you would absolutely kill it on the second one if the first one didn't do the job. Another way you can kill it is by simply just making a better version of it. There's a lot of flaws in the Indom 2.0's overall, design and its DNA, and it could have been done much better with, some different contributors. So another way you can kill the Indom 2.0 is just to make a Indom 2.0 but better. Another way you can kill Indom 2.0 is with arms. If you just make your hybrid have arms that are better than Indom 2.0's, and then you give it just really good armor, then you basically have a better version of its main, most threatening weapon. And if you just have better armor from there, you can kind of just box with it, and you'd eventually put it down. Another way you can kill the Indom 2.0 is with toxins. Yes, the Indom 2.0 is toxin resistant due to short-tailed shrews and African dwarf crocodile. However, these two are mainly resistant to snake venoms, meaning while yes, not every other venom from every other animal would be super effective, most other toxins would still have pretty decent effect on the Indom 2.0. And even then, the Indom 2.0 still wouldn't be immune or highly resistant to lots of different snake bites. There's still snake venoms that would still be very effective against it anyway. If you just throw the right combo of snakes, something that's relatively fast and that can tank at least 1 or 2 hits before it dies, you can just make some annoyingly fast creature just bite the Indom 2.0 once or twice, get venom in it, and then your hybrid just give it enough speed so it can stay away, and then you kind of just win from there, and there's not much the Indom 2.0 can do. So yeah, toxins are also a valid strategy for killing the Indom 2.0. Another way you can kill the Indom 2.0 is just making it so you can't die. Simply making a hybrid that's too durable and too armored to get killed by the Indom 2.0 is a valid strategy for killing it. I mean, if you just make something that's too bulky for the Indom 2.0 to put down, then, I mean, there you go. It can't kill you. You can slowly wear it down over time, and you kind of just win. You get, like, I don't know, Shantungosaurus, you throw in Arapaima, you throw in Vampire Bat to make the scales iron, you throw in domestic pig so you don't kill yourself with iron poisoning and you're immune to the Indom 2.0's venoms. And from there, you have the firepower to hurt it pretty bad. You can't die to its venom, and it can't hurt you, like, at all. There are obviously more things you could add on top of that to make that way stronger, like Acro's raised spine for more strength, or some kind of claws, or stronger legs, or bigger tail. There's lots of things you could add to make that even deadlier, but, like, that alone, like, those 4 animals alone are enough to kill the Indom 2.0. Overall, I feel like this is getting quite obvious. I mean, at this point, I think I've gone over enough ways to kill it. A lot of these are very basic, I'm aware, but, I mean, sometimes being simple is effective, and more effective than being complicated. Something that a lot of people, unfortunately, didn't realize when they were making hybrids for the hybrid war. Yeah. The Indom 2.0 is not some unstoppable beast that you need some super complicated strategy to defeat. If you just make something bigger than it, that's more armored than it, you kind of just win. I've made hybrids that are, like, less than half the weight of the Indom 2.0 that can kill the Indom 2.0, unironically. It's not difficult. I'm not really sure why this was a video that got voted for so much, but, you know, whatever. Here we are. So, yeah. This information is completely useless, as the hybrid war is something that you can't participate in anymore, because, obviously, the round of 16 has already been determined. But, hey, if you ever are in a hybrid tournament with one of your friends or something, like my friends do, then, hey, maybe you can use some of this to kill some of your friends in a tournament. In a tournament, YouTube, no. So, but anyway, all jokes aside, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, or maybe I don't hope you learned something. A lot of this was really basic. Actually, I hope you didn't learn something, but if you did, good for you, bro. And I hope I see you in the next one. Peace out.